Hey guys, welcome to Masters in E-commerce for Entrepreneurs. I'm your host, Andrew Strauss. I am here with Apostle of Viral. Well, let's see. He's a lot of different trades, but he is the head of content at Viral Loops. He's also co-founder at Growth Hacking University, which teaches I guess the process of marketing to hustlers, right? Everything you need to know in the changing world. He's also an instructor at No Crunch and head of inbound marketing at Growth Rock. And let's see, what else does he do? He's just a pure blood marketer that knows tons of stuff, writes great emails, blogs, video content, overall great storytelling. So if I also messed up on anything, please, fill us in.
So hello from me again. I'm really flattered from the stuff that you said about me. So thank you very much for that. I think that you said more than enough. I'm not actually right now I'm not a head of inbound marketing for Growth Rocks. This was the first company that the co-founder of Viral Loops founded. We started this company like 5 years ago or 4 years ago. I don't remember exactly. It's kind of blurry. A lot of stuff happened from then. But we started this company, which was a marketing agency, growth marketing agency. And from there, we just had the idea to move on to making like a tool, something that will help our agency first. So when we had the chance and there was a client that wanted something, we said, okay, we will build this.
Right.
And we built a short version of Viral Loops. And from there, the rest is history for us. We moved on a lot from then. We worked a lot, I want to believe. And yeah, now I am the head of content for Viral Loops. I'm working with a marketing team and also on my spare time, but I want to elaborate more on that. I'm into filmmaking and, storytelling in general. This is what I do. I like to create stories and present them in every format that is possible for me.
Right. And that's key to, I think, marketing in general, right? It's all about storytelling. It's not so much about selling as much as telling a story to get people, it's that whole thing about cinematography, right? Where you have that to get you in a hook, and then it brings you up to the climax, it gets you drawn in, and then there's that, hero, either somebody wins or somebody loses, or, on the movie type of thing.
It's funny that we started talking about that in the beginning because, when you told me that we are going to do this on video, I had to prepare something. We'll go, people. And I had something in mind that I was thinking about yesterday, that the reason that we like so much video games, movies, superheroes is that they provide something that most of the people lack, which is a clear sense of purpose.
Right.
And if it wasn't for stories, we wouldn't get that from those movies, or those movies wouldn't exist. And in marketing, you can incorporate that to the things that you are trying to sell. It's a bit of a heavy word even for me as a marketer. I don't really like it so much, the sound of it.
Right.
I would like to think that I provide something to someone that's selling, and they just pay a price for it.
Right.
But you have people that would give everything to become Batman. Okay, even though that Batman lost his parents in a tragic incident.
Right.
But then again, Batman is full of purpose. He has a sole purpose to do something about what he has in his mind. And you can see that in brands that create purpose, like GoPro.
Right.
It's because of GoPro that many people that I personally know that started doing some extreme sport. They start kite surfing, they started windsurfing or surfing in general, doing motorbikes, just because they wanted to upload a video of themselves doing something.
Right.
Also, you have like a brand like K-Swiss, which is doing a collaboration with Gary Vaynerchuk, and they put out like a footwear.
Right.
Gary Vaynerchuk footwear, because this is going to drive sales for people who have the ambition to become Gary Vaynerchuk.
They want to follow in his footsteps, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So yeah, this is the thing with storytelling. It provides people the ability to have a clearer sense of ambition and purpose in
Right.
life.
Right.
That's why I like it.
Right. And so that kind of brings it into kind of what we're talking about, like referral marketing. I guess it's kind of storytelling in a sense, right? I mean, it's, if you refer people to it, you're loving that story. So you're trying to bring people into that story, and hence you got the referral kind of marketing aspect to it, then which then turns into hopefully increased sales because you're bringing those people along into the journey, right?
One way or another, it is a story. Either you love the story of what you see and you want to share it with somebody, or
Right.
you love the story that you create in your head about the things that will happen if you share it with someone, that you will gain something, that you will gain more credibility among your, super hipster friends that haven't yet found what you found, or, you get some money. Either way, you create some stories inside your head, or you perceive something as a real good story and you want to talk about it.
Right.
So yes, referral marketing in its essence, it's kind of based on storytelling, direct or indirect.
Right. So you guys, your platform is kind of built on referral marketing, right? So, so take us through, like, some people might think referral marketing is more on the affiliate side of things. Like what is kind of referral marketing, and, in terms of how that is, you see in today's marketplace, increasing sales for, e-commerce brands in general.
So in order to be as plain as possible in my explanation, it's like having a referral marketing program is a way to give an incentive to people to do things with you. They might not know that they like you,
right?
But giving them a present the first time that you meet them is like a very good choice to make. I mean, it's for me, it's like it's polite.
Right.
So it's a very polite way to attract people and get to know you.
Right.
It's not something that you will get the people on that will get them hooked on you and they will never leave you.
Right.
It's a way to say, hello, I'm here.
Right.
So referral marketing, how it works, you have a customer base, you have email list. And let's say that you blast those people somehow, let's say via email, and you say to them, you know something, you're a customer and we like you very much. We thank you from the bottom of our hearts. So we give you the opportunity to gain more from us.
Right.
So if you, invite your friends and family, because these are the people that are going to get the invitation first. It's always happening like that.
Right.
I'm sorry. So when they invite their friends and family and somebody signs up or either makes a purchase or becomes part of your email list, which is something that you choose, it's something of your choice, the way that you are going to reward people for inviting friends, or the criteria they have to complete. So the thing is that you prompt your existing users to invite their friends to meet you. This is what referral marketing is all about, and it's a very strong traction channel for marketing activities.
Right.
I mean, it depends on the status, the stage that your company or your business is.
Right.
But again, um, it's very powerful because it's something that it doesn't require so much from people to do.
Right. Do you find like what makes a good referral marketing program? Is it just the knowledge that, you're getting the kudos pat on the back, or is it a financial, or, or is it just points? Like, what have you seen with all your campaigns that people have run?
You
Success.
mean what makes a campaign successful? Am I right?
Yeah, in a referral
I
campaign.
think that there is like a small group of people for every product to be sold.
Mm-hmm.
You can sell anything.
Right.
So what makes a good referral program is to be like immediately understandable. You have to give people what they want to know, which is what am I getting from this?
Mm-hmm.
For example, Joywares, have you seen that brand? It's like underwears.
I've heard of them. Yeah.
They
Yeah.
went on Kickstarter. They used viral loops and went pretty great for their pre-launch of their pre-launch. They did a pre-launch for Kickstarter
Okay.
and it went pretty good. But
Yeah.
what really struck me is that when I went to the landing page of the referral campaign,
Yeah.
it said invite friends equals get free pants. Plain as that.
Right.
Invite people, you get free pants.
Right.
So this is like the pinnacle of a good referral marketing program, to be able to communicate what people will get.
Sure.
From there, okay, the UX, the user experience of the campaign itself,
Right.
it should be like really plain, because people don't have really the time to
Right.
sit down and dig deep in order to find what they have to do. You have to make clear what they have to do in order to get to the result.
Right.
So great user experience is always a good companionship for a referral marketing program. And then I would say rewards. It's very, very important. And it
Right.
doesn't have to do with the monetary value of the thing that you are giving. It
Right.
has more to do with the fact that what you're giving is actually useful to those people.
Right.
Because, for example, when Dropbox had their infamous referral marketing program, they
Right.
gave people more space.
More space. Right.
People went there to have more space on the cloud,
Right.
and they prompt them to invite friends to get more space. So the viral loop, that's how the name comes, it's embedded inside their product.
Right.
It's part of their ecosystem of how the thing works
Right.
for people when they use it. So this is also very, very important. The reward, it has to do something with your own product.
Right.
I'm not really a big fan of T-shirts and branded socks. And okay, maybe if I get the T-shirt or the sock, I will wear it inside my flat
Right.
when I rest.
Right.
But that doesn't make any change inside me about the company. I said, oh, that's cute.
Yeah. Right. Right.
But I
Right.
didn't get any actual value, because I also have other T-shirts that I can wear at home.
Right. Right. Yeah, I guess you're right. I mean, it's kind of like the same thing with Hotmail and all these other kinds of programs
Yes.
when they, what was it? It was free email. Nobody had free email back then. And it's, same thing with PayPal and all these other types of things. I mean,
Yes.
some of these things, I mean, the feel good, well, now it's like, what is it? The buying the shoes or the socks or all these different things where they're giving them away. I mean, it's just what is the value to you and to your friends? And so I guess in terms of a viral loop or the referral marketing, it's, you have similar friends and you kind of like are in that same group. So like if you're going to get free, disk space, storage space. Well, that's good because I've got a lot of photos. And so if I can earn that extra thing, even though I'm self-fulfilling my reward, right?
Uh-huh.
It works in spades to your friends, right? So that's where I guess where your program comes into play is that, and then setting this up is very, it can be time consuming, but with what you guys have, I guess it makes it fairly, very easy in a sense too.
Yeah, it's pretty short. The amount of time that somebody has to put inside in order to create a campaign, it's really short. But
Right.
as I told you, it's the detail
Right.
that does the whole difference. I believe that if I sit down and build a campaign in 3 minutes and just let it be there, I will not get the kind of results that I'm expecting.
Right.
If
How
I'm
much
expecting
time?
something.
Yeah. So like how much time do you think one needs to put into a referral program? Like what are all the parts that one needs to think about before they even launch something like that?
I would say that you have to start with what you are willing to give.
Mm-hmm.
This is and you should put a lot of thought. And also, you before even doing this, you should consider if a referral marketing program is what you need at the time, because getting people on board, like in a huge like a huge amount of people to try something that you sell,
Mm-hmm.
and your product is not really worth their time, you just increase your chances of people talking bad things about your product
Right.
out. And it's nobody's fault.
Right.
I understand that some people have something that it's really new. It should be baggy,
Right.
I guess. So putting it out, it's exposing it in so many in such a crowd is not really a good idea for me. I prefer to test things on small batches first.
Right. Do you find so if a company or brand doesn't have like they're starting out brand new, right, and they want to try
Mm-hmm.
and grow, does it work a referral program? I mean, if there's a need, I mean, do they have to do paid advertising to get people sort of in knowing about the brand and then getting their friends to refer it? I mean, what have you seen as people starting off? Do they come in with your platform with a customer base already, or can they start from scratch?
They can start from scratch, that's for sure. I mean, it's been done in the past. Robinhood did this.
Mm,
They had a huge pre-launch campaign, which it was based on referrals again, or I think it was also Jet, which is like an e-commerce platform.
right.
I'm not really sure, but they had pre-launch campaigns that worked. Their philosophy was around referring people
Mm,
inside. So yes, you can do it with a customer base of 0.
mm-hmm.
You can start from scratch, but again, if you don't have the budget, it's okay. You can still do it, and you don't need to do a pre-launch of 200,000 people waiting for you to launch.
Right.
You just need people who are really interested. If it's like 100 or 200 of them, it's fine.
Right. It's fine.
It's fine as long as you don't allow them to forget about you. It's
Right.
fine.
Right.
So yes, you can do it with 0 budget and 0 people in your email list. All you have to do is to structure a good strategy that you have to see what kind of things you should do first
Mm-hmm.
and what you should leave behind for the last days of the campaign.
Right. Right.
You can outreach to bloggers to write on their blog for sure. That's for free. And
Right.
if you outreach to 1,000 people, you will get, I guess, if you are writing good copy on the email and you know how to write subject lines, you'll get answer from at least 100 of them.
Well.
And
Okay.
you can write a guest post for 20 of them,
Right.
or
Right.
even less. But again, it's free exposure. It's just part of the time you are willing to spend.
Right. Right. So the key is that when you want to do this on a low budget, if you don't have an ad budget to kind of do a Facebook, run ads to it, find out bloggers and ask to write for their content for their blog, and then have that link back to you guys, or have it link back.
For me, it's not like it's whether you want to do it or not more.
Mm-hmm.
Then do I have the resources or not? Because that's the whole essence of a startup, for example.
Right.
A startup, when it starts, it's just an idea. And maybe some people, they don't have the money. What should they do? They should just stand there and wait to rain money. They chase the money.
Right. Yeah, and I guess that's the essence of a startup, right? It's thinking out of that box, being creative and hustling to get those first users on there, and really finding out if you really have a problem that you're solving for that. And I guess if you don't have a problem you're solving, then I guess referral marketing, referral campaigns will not even do anything, right? I mean,
yes, it's about grabbing what you think that you own.
Right.
And there's nothing bad with that. Of course, things go really, really bad sometimes, but that's kind of part of the game.
Right. Sure. And you learn from those mistakes, and you iterate on that, and then you just keep kind of moving on, right? I mean, that's the whole thing.
And this is what you said is really important. Again, you cannot know if some experiment you do about your referral campaign is a fail or a win, because if you change something really small inside it, it might work. And also if you try that same thing, exactly the same thing, in a later stage, it might work like charm. That's why you have to prioritize and then iterate on things that you do. You cannot just put it into the plug and let it to play.
Right. And is there, like, when people are doing this, is there a metric that they're looking for? Like, what do you have to have some sort of metric or North Star kind of thing when you're doing this? I know that we talked about the offer, but then I guess you need a metric or something on that side of things to know if it's successful.
Yeah, there are some kind of KPIs. You have to see the K factor, which is the number of invites sent. Or maybe I can send it to you. I think I had a whole article about those numbers.
Okay.
Which is not really the things that I am into about it. I'm more like oriented in the ideation of stuff.
Right. Yeah.
They pick my brain for that kind of thing.
Right. Yeah, there's guys who know numbers, and there's guys who can create stories, right?
Yes, exactly.
And the stories that you create are the guys that figure out, okay, are these going to work out to be these numbers that would going to work for us, right? So,
but the thing is that the key factor is the number of invites that are sent from each customer, and it's divided by the percent of conversion from each invite.
Okay.
This is the key factor. Maybe it's not divided. The key factor is the number of invites sent by each customer times the percent of conversion of each invite.
Okay.
And this is the most strong KPI you can have. You can just watch it. If it is close to 1, this number, you're doing very, very good. You are almost viral. It means that one person brings another person.
Right. Wow. That's, yeah.
If you go above that, then I don't know what to say. Congratulations.
You have a viral coefficient that is like out of the charts. That's great. Yeah, no, this is awesome. Yeah, I mean, it's a theory, it's some people have to really kind of like get their heads around. There is a process to this, right? As you say, right? It's just not something you just put it up and wing it. You do really need to sit down with your team, or if it's just you need to know kind of what your end game is, the viral coefficient type of thing, If you get that, do you know it's a success? And then if it's not, what do you have to tweak, I guess, in that process to get to
Yes,
that, the
exactly.
one type of
If
thing?
you want to get more invites to go out, you have to push that
Right,
in order to, shape the viral coefficient in the way that you want.
right, right. Yeah, and that's a learning process, right? That could take months, weeks, years
Yes.
to do
Yeah,
that.
of course it does, but we have to minimize that.
Right,
It's better
right.
to, to cost you some days than some
Right.
years. If it
Well,
goes for years, something's wrong.
right, for sure. I guess I should have taken back the year thing, right? But maybe General Foods, or one of these big conglomerates, they work on these things for over years and things.
Yes, but
With
it was in a different, it was a different reality back then.
right,
Things didn't move so fast. If you wanted to speak to somebody, you should send them a letter. And
right, right. Yeah, today are gone the postcards and the things. Today it's
we are faster than we should today.
yeah, exactly. So fast. You're like, oh, wait, what was that thing? Yeah, my kids,
Yes.
I mean, it's all in this whole Fortnite thing now. And this is just like, this is a virality,
Yes.
referral kind of thing that is off the charts. I mean, it is off the charts with this thing. So anyway, cool. So, hey, I know that you're busy. I know it's getting ready for your day starting. I did want to ask you two other quick questions, kind of stuff that maybe will help the users. So of your tools other than viral loops, what tools do you like to use in terms of your day-to-day kind of stuff?
I like, I will speak for the marketing team because this is what I know. We use we use Asana a lot for project management. We really like it. We've tried numerous other tools, but it was the first one that we tried, even from the days of Growth Rocks.
Right.
And I find myself coming back to this all the time.
Right.
But it's really helpful, especially for me, because my mind is flying.
You need a piece somewhere to put it all down fast.
Yes, I have to do this. I have my like my notebooks and stuff,
right?
To write down a quick idea. But in the end, everything that has to do with the project goes back to Asana, and we are all on track from there. What other tools? Intercom is really interesting. I like it very much.
Right.
I like the idea that you can send ultra personalized content. Then you can do it based on actions. It's not just the inputs that the user gives, like their name or where they're from and stuff. You can build stuff depending on actions. WordPress, I guess I use it a lot for blogging.
Okay.
Which is a great tool as well. A little bit, it makes me mad from time to time.
Right.
Because I don't know how people understand WordPress. But yeah, it's been a great asset for years for me. The last 5 years, I've been heavily.
And then is there I mean, I don't want to keep you on the spot, but like, are there like any books or blogs or websites that you stay current with that you?
Yes. You're talking about marketing blogs?
Yeah, marketing things that you read on a day-to-day basis.
From the very first time that I started with all this digital marketing thing, I was reading like the classics. I was reading the HubSpot blog. I was reading the Buffer blog, Kiss Metrics, Neil Patel a lot.
Right.
But now the thing with blogs is that for me, it got pretty saturated in my mind, not in not around the internet, because there are great things out there about marketing. But now most of my information, I get it from Facebook, from Facebook groups.
Yeah, I find that very, there's a lot of really good information on there, and you can throw out questions.
Yes.
And it's crazy. Like if you are looking for answers to things or want to get answers on something, like the other day, I had thrown out something of like, what is your most confusing thing about chatbots or something like that on this one group,
Mhm.
and I had like 119 responses
Yeah.
to that.
It's
I was like,
incredible.
what? And so it leads into questions that I can bring on to for shows or things like that, or for guests and things like that in that nature. So it's very
Yes. You don't have that kind of interaction on blogs.
right. No, that you do
And
not.
sometimes, I get some comments on our blog,
Yeah.
and for some reason, it's not inside my daily routine to go through all the comments and answer. It's not really accessible for me that way.
Right.
I don't like it. Inside WordPress, have you seen the comments?
Right.
Inside WordPress, it's
Right.
ugly. you, you cannot really.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can't.
Right.
But
Right. No. No.
on Facebook, you have it all there, and you can type on super fast because nobody will give a damn if
Right.
you do a type or something. They just want an answer, and they just want to fight you.
Right.
So
Yeah, I know. They just like to pick fights. I don't know what it is, but it's just like they have.
it's like this was the thing that we were talking. They need a sense of purpose.
Right.
You
Right.
know,
That's it.
and no offense to all the people that get offended in Facebook comments, but
Right.
it happens, and it's very addictive.
Right. Exactly. It feeds off itself. So where's the best place people can find you? Reach out to you
Online.
online. Yeah. Well, they're not going to be in
I
Greece. Well, they could be, but
Yeah, at that time of the year they could be in Greece. That's sure. Yes, they can find me on Facebook if they search for my name. I guess that you will provide my full
yes,
name
yeah,
somewhere.
all that stuff.
So all they have to do is type in the search box my name, and they can find me there. They can also find me on Instagram, which I'm really fond of using
Hmm.
because I use it for my photography and my videos, and maybe they can check it out as well.
Right.
So the handle for, I think they can search me by name again there, but also if they want to use the handle is at Story Hustling.
Story hustling. Okay.
It's one word.
One word. Okay.
So they can also find me there and send me a message there. And yeah, I would prefer to meet them in Greece.
Right.
It has
Yeah.
such a nice
Who
weather outside.
wouldn't? Yeah. Exactly. You can show them every place there.
Yeah, and people here are not back to their full-time jobs because it's summer and they had vacation and stuff. So Athens right now is pretty empty
Oh, really?
still. So it's really nice to go outside and not have all this madness with the cars and stuff.
So the trick is, or the time to go to Athens is basically August.
Yes, it's kind of it's a Damocles sword. It hangs around you. Yes, you might be no Athenians left, but it's full of tourists. So
Right.
it's kind of the thing. What you want? You want the local experience, or you just want to hang out in a cool place?
Right. Exactly. That's it. Cool. Well, awesome. Apostle, thanks so much for coming on. It was an
Thank
awesome
you for
time.
having me.
And I hope to talk to you shortly.
Yes, we will do it again. I liked it.
Okay, cool. Talk to
Thank
you.
you very much for having me.
Okay, cheers.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.